Hey, I'm Marlene. I am a student and amateur film photographer, and I'm currently on a little trip in Boston, where obviously I can't leave with doing another photo walk because this is actually the second photo walk that I'm doing for this trip, and of course I'm taking you with me. Today is actually a little more of a complicated day, especially for filming outside, because it is really windy, so I think that usually most of the time the microphone will pick up a lot of wind, so for this photo walk we will do a little bit more voiceover than usual. This is an episode of my series Frame by Frame PHOTOWALKS, where I'm always taking you with me while I'm out shooting my photos. And I do have a playlist on my channel where you can find all the past episodes and also the ones that will be up in the future. So if you're interested in also watching the other videos that I made for this format, you can check the playlist, or it's also always linked down in the description. The plan of today is that we will start in Chinatown and then we will walk up and end our photo walk in North End. I'm taking all of my film pictures with my Canon A-1, and I have a 28 to 70mm lens on this and also a skylight filter. The film stock of today is Kodak Gold 200, which is my favorite consumer film, and today, because it is really sunny outside, we should get some really cool results. I do not have my tripod with me on this trip because I did not want to carry the extra weight because I traveled by train, so we are a little bit limited when it comes to shooting later in the day. That means that we will probably end this photo walk before the sun goes down, and today that is supposed to be at 4:30 p.m. This is the outfit of the day, you guys. Looking cool. Have my camera, have my film roll, spare batteries. Now we can go. There are groups playing, I don't know what they're playing actually, probably some Chinese game, but I saw it a lot before. I think they're also playing it in New York, near Chinatown a lot of times, so I think I will go and see if I can take a picture there. Most of my photos actually turned out to be underexposed. The reason for that was partially that the scene itself just did not have enough light, or the lighting conditions weren't as I expected them that day, or I really just underexposed. I always try to get at least a little bit of contrast back in editing, but sometimes an image just can't be saved, or it just gets way too contrasty. So I rather have a little bit of fading in the shadows. In downtown Boston, I wasn't really finding what I was looking for. There just weren't any scenes in terms of street photography that I found necessarily interesting. There were not really interesting things going on, interesting people walking around, and the lighting situation was also not what I was looking for. So this felt really underwhelming. The only photo that I actually took while walking through downtown was this one, which I'm actually not sure why I did. I think I was just frustrated that I couldn't find anything else. North End was the same. I mean, a beautiful part of the city, quite old, lots of history, but it just wasn't worth it for me to photograph. And I thought, why would I waste film on this when I wouldn't be happy with the outcome anyways? We are now at the very end of North End. I hope you enjoyed coming along with me for the day, even though it wasn't exactly what I imagined. But I think that these learning experiences are really important. Because sometimes we just go somewhere and we imagine that we're gonna take stunning pictures and we have these images in our mind. We're like, I really want to take that picture and I'm gonna take amazing street photography photos. But sometimes that just does not happen, and to be honest, I do feel really mellow about it, maybe sad. You could say a little bit depressed, because the weather itself today was pretty nice. It was just not, there weren't as many people as I would have imagined, and the different boroughs were also not really that much interesting to me in terms of finding compositions and so on. So it was kind of less than I expected. But I do think that this is really important for me to learn, as I think for every photographer, once in their life, they have to go through this, to just accept the fact that you just can't always have a successful photo walk every time you do one. And that is totally fine. Even though I might not feel fine now, it will be, and I will have many unsuccessful photo walks. But as usual, I don't know how the photos turn out while I'm here. My future self does. The Marlene that does the commentary does, of course. There will be at least a few pictures where it will be like, those are okay, those are good. So we will see, and as always, we go through trial and error here. But either way, I hope you enjoyed it, and maybe you also learned something today, just like I did. Keep an eye out on my channel or just subscribe to the playlist, because I will add all the future episodes there, and of course you can also check out the past episodes. If you feel like you want to see more of my photography, you can always check out my portfolio or my Instagram that are linked in the description. And on Instagram I'm posting daily, and that's where you can basically see everything that I photograph, or almost everything. So if you'd like, you can check that one out, because I would really appreciate it. I hope you will also join me next time back in New York, and until then I'm gonna enjoy the rest of my time here in Boston, and I'll see you back in the city. Bye!